quote from Warren Buffett, pretty successful guy. Number 2, always remember the following. Grapes must be crushed to make wine. Diamonds form under pressure. Olives are pressed to release oil. Seeds grow in darkness. Whenever you feel crushed under pressure, pressed, or in darkness, you're in a place of transformation. Trust the process. Didn't we kind of feel crushed under pressure, pressed in the pandemic? And didn't we really grow and prosper? I'm really excited for this year. Number 3, this quote's from Zig Ziglar. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend you do it daily. That's what, I'm getting a charge out of it because Puma sends out a motivational message every day. Chris sends out a really motivational message every day. Angelique sends out a motivational message every day. And Thomas sends out a motivational message every day. And I read all 4 of them. So I start my day with motivational messages all day long. I hope you do too. All right. I'm going to give you some facts. This is year-end stuff. Almost year-end stuff. It's not final. But right now as a company, and this scares the hell out of me, we have 227 active listings. We typically run 500 or 600. So this is not an alarm, but it's a cause for notice. Listings are down. Listings are the name of the game. When the market sucks, you need listings. When the market's great, you need listings. That's problematic to have only 227 for a company our size. It just is. Last year, though, in 2020, we took 2,348 listings. We're probably not going to do that this year. Last year, we did 3,022 sales for $992 million. We've been trying to break $1 billion, and I think this will be our year to break $1 billion. Pendings. Right now, pending, we have 230 contracts pending for $93 million in sales volume. And I'm sorry, for January, just January alone, we have 230 pending contracts, not counting the 48 that are folding over from December that may or may not close. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you have any pending contracts that were supposed to close in December, you have one of 2 things to do. Cancel it, put it back on the market, or extend it. I can't stress this. It's irresponsible. It pisses me off, actually. It's irresponsible to let a contract go past closing date and not cancel it or put it back on the market. Period. End of story. Oh, nice background there, Puma. It's going to end up, it might end up Tampa and your team playing, right?
It is our team on Saturday night.
Very good. All right. So I'm serious. That's wrong. If we have that many pendings past closing, 1 or 2 things need to happen. I already said what it was. Right now as a company, we're starting 2021 with 402 pending contracts worth $5,200,000 in commission. That's starting the year. We've never started a year with that much business on the books. Absolutely incredible. And this is not the time to take the foot off the pedal off the foot off the gas. Closings. We did 2,340 closings. I'm telling you this. This is something when somebody meets you on the street and said, how's real estate? Well, we did 2,340 closings for $741 million. And we grossed $18,149,000 in commission. Those are impressive numbers. Sales through, I'm sorry, that I should have deleted. That's not supposed to be there. Closings. Nope, all this was supposed to be deleted. That's all I wanted to report right there. 2,300 listings, 3,000 sales, 2,340 closings. Absolutely fantastic. So now what I'd like to do is share with you 3 things that we as management are going to focus on to help you in 2021. Number 1, production. We want to help our customers close 3,000 transactions. We did 2,340 closed. We're going to go for 3,000, and we want $22 million in AGC. We did 18 million last year. So 2,300 to 3,000, 18 million to 22 million. That's our target. We are going to take a little paradigm shift, and our intention is to have 20% of our closings, which is 3,000 generated by us, given to you. And the premise behind that is I want you to recognize the paradigm shift that it's about money in your pocket, not percentage of split. One transaction given to you that puts $5,000 or $6,000 in your pocket is a lot more money than a 5% commission increase. And I'll demonstrate that to you throughout the year. So that's our target, 600 transactions given to our agents. And that's those who want them. If you don't want them, don't take them. And then I'm probably every time I see any one of us, I'm going to say, how are you coming with your one appointment per week? This is all based on production. I'm going to really encourage you. If you didn't see yesterday's class with Mike and Jeff, go back in the archives, go to the app or go to be3agents.com and find yesterday's class and watch it. We are trying to totally simplify the entire game of real estate. And it goes like this. One appointment a week, not just an appointment, a qualified appointment where you actually speak to the lender. The seller has a place to go and knows when they have to be there. A qualified appointment, one appointment a week for the rest of this quarter. That would be 13 weeks in the quarter, be 13 appointments. We're going to presume a 75% closing rate, which would be about 9 transactions. 9 transactions at an average of $7,000 a piece is about $63,000. Take away a split, take away income taxes, it puts $11,000 per month in your pocket. One appointment a week. So if we could simply focus on one appointment a week, $11,000 a month. And that's going to lead us to a dynamic that says, oh shit, what if I had $11,000 a month every month? What would I do with it? So now it's time to expand your thinking. And maybe you get to upgrade your car. Maybe you get to upgrade your living conditions. Maybe you get to save for the stock market. Maybe you get to save for an IRA. Maybe you get to contribute to a college savings fund. Maybe you get to contribute to your parents' housing. Whatever it is, you have to expand your thinking to become able to consistently spend $11,000 a month. And that will hopefully get you in the program of finding one qualified appointment a week. Now, how do you find that appointment? Again, I'm going to say, go to Next Level University courses, and we're going to start sending those out just as reminders to you. But there's so many ways to do it. Just pick one and take the pressure off yourself. Get one appointment a week and you should be ready to rock and roll. Another intention under the production is a local focus within each office area. So like example, Sun City gets 25% of the active listing market. Why not? We have an office in the town. Let's do it. Indian Rocks, 25% of the listings. Hell, Deb, how many listings are there in Sun City right now? Single family? 24? There's 24 listings.
24, yeah.
13,000 homes. There's 24 for sale. 25% of 24 would be 6, which is actually what we have. But so that's a focus. And then this is important. Guys, we are going to have inventory challenges, and I'm coming up to this slide next, in 2021. You know, if you go to D.R. Horton, you go to Lennar, they've got no active inventory. I need you to be aware of what the move out date is. They've got houses ready for delivery in March, April, May, and they're starting things for October, November, December. That's where your inventory, a lot of it's going to come from for the regular buyers, right? Because that's what they're going to be building. And I'll show you some predictions in a minute. Second focus for the company is recruiting. And you should care about this because there's big money in it for you. Every time we hire a productive agent that you send us, you get $2,500, right? It comes in as it comes in, but there's a big there. So you guys are doing business with agents that work on teams, and they are being abused, really. By the time they pay their broker and they pay their team leader, these guys are on 40 or 50% splits. They can come here. We can be their team leader. We can teach them how to generate their own business and give them leads, and they'll be better off. So that's a huge focus. So if you're working with team members from Keller Williams, RE/MAX, or EXP, talk it up. and introduce them to Chris or Deb or Kat or whoever it is, and let us meet them and just have a conversation, see where that in their lives. Our mantra this year is to hire slow and fire fast. And and this will be beneficial for all of you. You know, we've been going through for literally years looking at all the stuff we have, and we can't put it in a bucket. So I think we found a way to put it in a bucket. We'll be sharing that with you too. And that's going to become a 90-day prescriptive work plan. When a new agent comes on board, we're going to put them on this plan at the end of 90 days. If they didn't engage, we're going to separate ways. So we're going to get tighter, more productive, and really go for per person production. And then the third one is retention, which is, you know, year after year, we hire agents, they come in, they produce, and then some agents leave and don't produce anymore. And we just trade production back and forth. We don't want to do that. So we're implementing a no production policy by January 10th. It's already been written. But basically it says, if you don't do something every 90 days, you have to pay to work here or leave. And so that's going to clean up the roster a little bit, which will be good for all of us because our per person production will go through the roof. I want to recognize the Path to Centurion winners mid-January. I don't have the final numbers right now, but I do have some, and I want to call them out. And maybe this is big. So two things I've got here. One, the Path to Centurion is really something for all of us to strive to be. When you reach Masters Ruby, I mean, you've pretty much gotten there. You gross 146,000. You're a six-figure income earner, so you're double the DMA. Then you get to Masters Emerald, Master Diamond, then Centurion's the top 2%, excuse me, of all agents in Century 21. That's like big. And these are the numbers last year you needed to do that. This year, the target is, and I want you to tattoo this on your forehead backwards. Masters Ruby starts at 104 backwards. So when you look in the mirror, you see it. $149,000 or 31 units is the threshold to become a part of the Path to Centurion. That's a target. So those of you that are trying to set goals right now, that's it. And then 195 for Emerald, 241 for Diamond, 288 for Centurion, 288. That's a 200. That doctors don't make that consistently. Get to grand, gosh. Damn weather. All right, so that's it. Your target, 149. Keep that in mind. Path to Centurions was here. So starting, and this is not final, but we have, okay, we have 200 active agents. 43 have made masters so far, and some are really, really close. So when we get the final numbers, it'll come through. That's 25% of our producing agents are at master's level and above. That's a huge, huge number. And it starts with from the bottom up. And once again, these closings are not final. Jessica Beggins, it took her 5 years. Well, she made it last year too, but 5 years in the business, made it. Suzanne, Courtney Cody, who moved, Randy Schuster, Phil Berger, Kim Bowden, Kate Heath, Bob Dean, Robin Bennett, Tara Gotch, Deborah Weiser, Mandy Kaplan, Charlie Curtis, Sandy Tams, Lauren Fleischman, Brian D., Jesse Griffin, and Amy Camasso all made Masters Ruby. And you know what's amazing? All those people I see or talk to or communicate with all the time. That's called engagement. It's amazing. Masters Emerald, a step up. Amber Mills, Mindy Smith, Chris Reed, Natalie Bailey, Martin, Heidi, first really full year in real estate in Florida, left her career behind in New York, came to Florida, and 1 year became Masters Emerald. Amazing. Dana Erdos, Aik Samor, who took literally 4 months off to be a grandma. Susie Witzigman, amazing. Shelly Panis, Laura Wolf, and Matt Gauster all hit Masters Emerald. We had one Masters Diamond. That's Joe Diener at 236. And then Centurions, we've got Kim Hodgkins, Nicole Alonso, Rick DeBarros, Cody Calvo, Kevin Friel, Devin Weiser, Andy Simmons, Jeff Beggins, and Gwen. And I'm on the list because those are transaction fees get reported in my name. But that's an amazing list of people. And I hope you guys can, rub bellies together and catch the infection there and get that happening. So I wanted to call them out today. And we're going to plan a top quarter luncheon, which is in the process right now. And then I'm going to make the pitch. I went to see my dad on Sunday, and guess what we talked about? Any guesses? Starts with a P, primary aim. Did somebody chat in? What did you say? PA, primary aim. Yes, we did. And, it focuses on all of us. It's incumbent upon all of us to have some plans. And Jeff said it yesterday. We tend to overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 5. And when I pointed out my daughter, Jessica, 5 years in the business now, has hit masters twice. She wanted to hit masters year 1. Didn't happen. But 5 years in, she's confident and competent, and she did it, right? So we underestimate what we do in 5 years, but we overestimate what we do in 1. So the idea is to break it into a quarter, play the game, hit or miss, and then erase, and then do it again, right? And I want you to start thinking about other things, and that's going to come out through our daily trainings as we go on. So that's it. So normally I come up with 100 task items to accomplish in a year, and there's really 3. It's production, recruiting, and retention, with a couple of focuses in each one of those, and that's where we're going to rock and roll. I talked about a lot of this already, but I'm going to hit it again. Advice heading into 2021. Puma creates some really, really interesting stuff. And he came up with a primary aim jot form that was designed for you to download and send out to your customers, which is kind of a weird concept, but it's really not. Because if you start sharing your authentic self with your customers and they know what you're working to achieve and you find out what they're working to achieve, then you can help them and they can help you. And that's really what we're here on this planet to do. So that was an interesting concept. So think about it. Watch the class from 2 Mondays ago when Mike covered the jot form. He also sent you an email with a video on how to do it. So just some of these ideas are worth investigating. We talked about the Path of Centurion, the focus on 1 qualified appointment per quarter. That's it. Know what you're going to spend it on, right? That's it. Here's some advice. I'm hearing this all the time, and it's really sad, but it's true, and we have to talk about it. The lack of inventory is creating a lot of greed. The greed is coming from sellers. The greed is coming from agents. The greed is coming from customers, and we're skipping steps that are going to get us in trouble. I'm just telling you right now. When you are out on the street and you meet a person who says, yeah, I'm thinking of selling my house, and you have a buyer in your pocket, because you probably have a lot of buyers in your pocket that are looking for houses that we don't have any for, and you say, I've got a buyer right now, can I show it? And you run over and show it, your propensity of getting screwed goes up exponentially, right? These are basics. You get a commission agreement signed before you talk about the property to the buyer. Guys, it's crazy. Greed is a dangerous thing. When a buyer finds out that a house is available, they will stampede all over you to get to it. It's that crazy out there right now. For Sun City Center to have 24 homes for sale, single family homes, that's insane. There's a mad rush for houses. If you don't protect yourself, you're going to get screwed. And don't come crying to me, because I'm going to tell you right from the beginning, get commission agreement signed. There's an agent I'm in my mind right now that does this all the time. And then they call me and they get pissed off because they got screwed. And I said, did you get a commission agreement? They go, no. You don't have a deal. You don't have an opportunity unless you have a signed agreement. And that's a commission agreement, not a marketing agreement, because now we got to play with that stupid clear cooperation policy that says if you actually list it, you've got to put it on the MLS. Right. So I'm not talking about marketing agreements. I'm talking about a commission agreement. It says, if I bring a buyer to you, you will pay me a commission. It's not giving you the right to market it. You can't put it on Facebook. You can't put it anywhere. It's a one-party agreement that gets a commission. So that is going to be a huge thing. You're all going to be crying about it. And it's a prediction. It's whatever. Deborah brought this up yesterday. I think it's really a good point. Research expired, not relisted, or canceled contracts that are not relisted. Some people just freak out. Their house, my crazy neighbor over here put his house on the market at a crazy price with a low commission. We actually had a buyer who wanted it. He countered high. We negotiated back and forth. He didn't get what he wanted. It was too high. He took it off the market. He would sell that house today in a second, but he's not actively on the market. So if you were on the MLS searching contracts that canceled or listings that expired and didn't relist, there's an opportunity for you there. This is a big one too. It's happening a lot with our new homes. The new homes are late. The market is crazy. Labor force is crazy. Supply of product is crazy. Homes are not being delivered on time. It happened to me 3 times yesterday. Buyers are pissed. They sold their home. It closed. Their new home isn't ready. They've got no place to go. That's a problem. And inside every problem is also an opportunity. So when buyers say to you, what should I buy? Short-term rentals are going to be in demand and they're going to get a high premium because buyers need a place to stay. I'm not saying we need 100,000 of them, but we need a little plethora of them. Might be a good idea for some of us to get together and pool some money and buy 10 or 20 short-term rentals just to have available for our customers when their closings get delayed. Just a thought.
Yeah, make sure they're not in a homeowner association that doesn't allow more than 1 or 2 leases a year too. That's a big deal.
Still have a pending lawsuit out there over that.
Same thing with the condo community. Those are big ones.
100% know the rental restrictions. In that same vein, a customer that was bitching to me about their house not being ready, finally their house is ready, and all of a sudden it's rush, close. He says, oh, by the way, and he's talking to me. I'm not the agent. I'm just the guy who solves their bitching problems. And he says, by the way, do you have a list or something of all the utilities I need to have connected? This is the day before closing. And I go, of course we do. In fact, we have a company that does it for you. He goes, what? And so I realized our agent didn't talk about that. I don't understand why we wouldn't use utility helpers in advance of the closing to handle all that crap for the customer. Doesn't cost them anything. They're not paying any more. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no reward or benefit for us other than ease for the customer. And are you guys talking about that? If you don't know, just go to .loop and look up utility helpers and you'll see. Sorry, I changed my screen there. And you'll see the utility helpers flyer. All you got to do is give it to them. They make one phone call and tell them what they want and everything's set up for them, ready to go. So that's another advice for 2021. And then this article, I'm just going to hit the highlights of it. Where is it? Sorry, it's here. Ready? Joe Diener sent me this and it's fantastic. It's the top 10 predictions from an economic expert. And prediction number 1, mortgage rates are going to remain historically low. Is that good for us? Jeff and Mike in their class yesterday said, if you were to set out today to design the perfect real estate market, what would it look like? Listings would get on the market and sell with multiple offers in a day. Check. Interest rates would be so low that most buyers can qualify for anything they want. Check. What else do you want? There you go. Prediction 1, rates are going to remain low at 3%. 2, there'll be more home sales than any year since 2006. More units than 2006. Price growth will slow, which is good. Number 3, there'll be more new homes built than in any year since 2006. Wow. Prediction 4, the number of Americans relocating will be the highest it has been in 16 years, which will help the economies of affordable places like Buffalo, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. Interesting. 5, home ownership rate will reach 70% for the first time since 2005. Can you see the need for inventory here? Listen to this one. Number 6, San Antonio, Tucson, and Tampa will be the hottest housing markets as major cities like Austin, Phoenix, and Miami become unaffordable. Is that crazy? San Antonio, Tucson, and Tampa will be the hottest housing markets. That's fun. Prediction 7, expensive cities will invest in their culture and lifestyle to attract residents and tourists. Number 8, most home buyers will make an offer on a home sight unseen. That's a sign of low inventory. Number 10, 2021 will usher in a new era of price competition for real estate agents. That's a challenge, guys. It's going to be harder and harder to hold standards as we go. So you need to hold them as long as you can. This says in 2021, all listings will show the buyer's agent's fee as a consequence of a settlement between the Department of Justice and the National Association of Realtors. Fee transparency will offer both buyers and sellers a leg up when it comes to negotiating commissions. I'll say this probably a couple thousand times this year. Commission is not a penalty, and it's an incentive. Right? If you penalize an agent by shortening their commission, you're going to get less agents' attention. If you incentivize an agent by paying a commission, you're going to get more attention from agents, which is what you really want. So just keep that thought in mind. And number 10, I got to understand this one better. Everything associated with buying or selling a home will be offered at one-stop shops. All right. That means you as the agent have to be the one stop. You take control of the transaction. You send them to your title company, hopefully our title company, your mortgage company, hopefully our mortgage company, your home inspector. You just take care of everything for them. And that's pretty much what we've been doing anyway. So that's that. Then I want to, Misty, are you online? I'm not looking at the full screen here.
I am. I'm here.
We have some questions. We got a new program coming out called Payload, right?
Yep, that's right. I wanted to mention that it went
Let me
live.
stop
That
for a
was,
second, Misty. This is Misty. She's our new management at Paramount Title. Just as everybody, we have more people online than we've ever had. You disappeared. So this is Misty. She's our new title closer and manager at Paramount Title. And Paramount Title is moving, well, the Florida agency network is moving at rapid pace. We have 40 offices now across the state, lots of business, by far the largest title agency in the state of Florida. So we're a part of that network. And Misty has been with Hillsborough Title for, I think, 13 years. And now she's managing our Paramount Title branch for our company. And so she is implementing the new thing called Payload, which is going to, I'll just want to make sure people know who you are. You can go ahead, Misty. Are you frozen? Anyway, technology comes. Misty, you're frozen, so I don't know if you can hear me or not. As technology comes, things get easier and faster. If you notice, you get pissed off if Amazon doesn't come in 2 days. Moving money. Thanks, Joe. Moving money has become really easy. I can send my daughter money in Chicago with a flick of my phone, right? But we have to deal with escrow deposits, and they're really a pain in the ass. So what Paramount Title has invested in is a thing called Payload, which is a back office system where the customer can just literally log into a website, type in how much money they want to send, hit a button, and the money comes straight to the title company. They don't have to write a check. They don't pay any wire transfer fees. They don't have to drive to an office and deliver it, and neither do you. So there she is.
I'm back on. I'm not really sure what happened. I'm so sorry about that. But I did want to bring up that Payload is now active for Paramount. If you have any questions on that, get with me or Sean. Sean's normally on the call, but she couldn't be here this morning. And then also wanted to mention that we have a class next Thursday via Zoom. It's at 1:00. So there's going to be some information on that going out today to everyone's email. And the topic is why agents get sued. So I definitely hope to see a lot of people on that call. And that's all I have, Craig.
Okay, that's perfect. I just gave a little synopsis while you were frozen there. Oh, and the other thing about a Payload, there is a maximum transfer limit of $10,000.
That's right. It is
So
10K. Yes.
If you got a $25,000 deposit structured in 10, 10, and 5, right? So we can do multiple deposits. We just can't do more than $10,000 at a time.
Correct. That
Okay.
is correct.
All right, management team, let's give some cheers and some recognition and maybe some praises from each of you for our team and maybe some predictions for what you see coming forward. Let's start with Mike Puma. Mute, unmute. There you go.
Yeah, it wasn't letting me do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to say other than, like I said yesterday, I'm super excited for what's to come this year. I think we're about to have our biggest year we've ever had. And even though last year was crazy, to see the numbers that we saw this morning just proves that we are in an upward trend. As long as we keep pushing on the gas pedal, we are going to hit some crazy new heights this year. So I'm super pumped about that. Obviously super pumped about being able to watch the Redskins beat your guys Bucks on Saturday. And also do want to point out that I will shoot an email out in a little bit. It hasn't been moved over yet, but B3 Agent just changing the domain that you will go to. So it's actually going to be begginsagents.com. Jeff and I spoke yesterday, and we just feel like Beggins Agents will kind of goes along with what everything else is, right? Our Facebook group's Beggins Agents, our app is the Beggins app. So we just felt like that domain would be a better fit. And that way we can use B3 Agents for something for B3 down the line. So I'm going to be making that move over domain wise. So to the site b3agents.com, everything's going to stay the same, except it'll be begginsagents.com moving forward. So I'll shoot out an email once that's official, but that's all I got. Super proud of everyone, and let's keep grinding.
We will. Deborah Haley.
Good morning. Happy New Year's, everyone. I want to give a wonderful shout out to Robin Bennett and Sandy this year for making Masters. I've already sat with Robin, and her goals this year are going to be Centurion, and I fully believe she will do it. She has a great path she's on and a great track of what she wants to do this year, and a complete understanding of what she needs to do. So as we move forward, we're going to have many, many people stepping up this year. You need to be one of them. So my little speech today is no excuses. Why have excuses this year? You're only fibbing to yourself if you're having excuses. So start giving yourself reasons to do this business well. Become that great real estate agent you want to be. Start giving yourself permission to succeed. We fail to do that many times because we don't think we can. So start giving yourself permission to succeed this year, because you can. There's no reason not to.
You deserve it.
Absolutely. You deserve everything this year. You deserve the money you want to make this year. And it's there. This is real. You just have to apply yourself and become and learn a lot and continue learning in this business. Count it all joy this year. Every challenge you have, count it with joy. Every success you have, count it with joy. Every failure you think you have, count it with joy, because that failure will lead you to better results down the line. So be grateful this year, because we are in the most productive year we can be in, and this is the time to build your business. Happy New Year.
All right. Chris Reed.
Good morning. Okay. So this year was amazing, and this year was troubling, and it was pretty much everything all encompassed. For those of you that had an amazing year, congratulations. For those of you that had some struggles and had some troubles, we're here for you. So please reach out to us and let us know how we can help you. But the greatest thing about this coming year is, if you want to make this a great year, you have the ability. But the first thing you have to do is, no matter how good or how bad you did last year, you have to leave it behind you.
Grace.
Because you have to be able to let it go. Just the same way as, and I'm glad that Mike Ferry had that quote about grapes and diamonds, is a grape has to be willing to let its prior form go to become wine. The crushing is the metamorphosis. When you crush a grape and turns it into wine, right? A grape, if it's not crushed, what happens? It rots and dies. It has to be willing to let go of wherever it was to get to where it's going, which is wine. And it's more effective as wine. It's more enduring as wine. And it's more enjoyable as wine too. So just my statement is, you have to be willing to let go of everything that you've had in the past, no matter how good, no matter how great, because there's far better things that are ahead of you. And we are all here to help you to get there. Congratulations to all of you who have hit Masters. We have about 3 or 4 others that were right below that line that have closings coming in that are going to hit there. So congratulations to you as well. You may not have got a call out this morning, but I know that you have the numbers to hit it, and you will be there, because we watched and we counted all of your closings come in. Congratulations. Let's work towards a wonderful new year. Let go of everything that we've had before. There's far better things ahead of us. Be willing to be crushed a little bit, get under a little bit of pressure, because that's where you make all of your changes. And let's turn this year into wine and enjoy it.
Sounds good to me. All righty. Let's change my view. Kathleen.
Good morning, everyone. Happy 2021. It's finally here, and with it comes great opportunity. And for those of you that are participating, talking about wine, we got some beautiful champagne contests going over here for people to get the most listings straight from Italy. I've got a case of it. So every single month, those of you who hit the highest amount of listings, straight from Italy, my heritage to you. And the other half, Ireland, of course.
Bribery works.
It works. It works straight from Italy. So think about that. Chris is right on, spot on. We got grapes to wine, wine to champagne. Let's do it. There's no reason not to. And talking about this new year, I want to do a shout out to Jesse, Martin, and Shelly. They've all made masters. We did really well in 2020, and we're going to do even better in 2021. We have so many amazing opportunities waiting for us, and we can achieve it. We have the ability to have a great business. What we need to remember is we have all those tools online to plan each and every day. Don't forget to go on to b3agents.com, which I think Mike just said there's going to be some changes in the name, and we'll go over that in our later meeting as
Oh, it's
well.
right now. It's begginsagents.com.
begginsagents.com, because you can visualize your goals, you can implement it every day, and we also have other tools in there for you to make sure you achieve success, as well as ourselves that are here for you each and every day. 2021 is for amazing opportunities. We're going to have so many things come into the market that we haven't worked with before, and I'm very excited about it. Happy New Year's to everyone.
All right. Miss Vice President of Relocation, your camera's off. Are you with us? There you are.
I'm here. I just I'm still stuck on my phone because I was trying to get overnighted checks to Cardis. So, or end of the year rush. I guess my word would be opportunities, right? There's opportunities everywhere, and I can totally tie that into all kinds of referrals, right? So obviously, don't forget to send out going referrals on. I mean, I see people all the time that don't think to ask those questions where, whether they get a lead by accident to themselves. And then they say, oh, well, that's not my area. I can't work that. Remember to reach out to me. We're totally here to help you make some extra money, right? A couple people that did a really good job this year would be Tinley Kramer. We've got John Evans, Joe Diener. They're just making all kinds of extra money just by giving us a name, filling out a really quick link. And then I also want to throw out there really quickly, I know we've talked about this before, but your corporate business contacts. So let's say your brother works at a corporation, whether it's small or large, you can help them and I can help you develop a program for them. So basically that's also another lead source. So that's going to be, I need to get to the key decision-making person, or somebody that can get to the key decision-making person. And that could be all kinds of residual income for you. So keep that in mind. Don't forget about it. Don't leave money on the table. There's opportunities for it everywhere. And at the end of the day, we're the opportunity to help people.
It really is senseless to leave that money on the table. If you're out there talking to people like we're suggesting you are, you're going to run into people that are not going to need your services today, but they're going to know somebody who does. A friend of mine just sold his house in my neighborhood, and a young couple, it was $1 million house, 968. Young couple, renters from Washington, D.C., got work from home orders and chose to move to Apollo Beach, where they bought $1 million house. And PITI is less than the rent they were paying in D.C. You saw the predictions in the article I read. You're going to see a lot of people moving. And when they come to Florida, they're not going to Miami. They're not going to Orlando. They're coming to Tampa Bay because we're affordable. I'm serious. Go out and look. Dad and I were talking about this the other day. I mean, a waterfront home in Miami is $5 million. A waterfront home here is $500,000. There's a disparity. And when supply reaches demand, prices go up. I mean, you're going to see that happening throughout Tampa Bay for a while, especially as the Californians all move to Texas.
And I got to think about it as well too. Like the people in DC, it's super expensive there, right? So yeah. they're even before they decide to move or look for a job, they're already checking out our prices and like the incredible value that we have here. So whenever you might be the first person that they call. Don't forget to ask if they need to sell a property somewhere else.
Right. We're going to talk about
please. Yeah. So anyways, like I said, opportunities. So let's make some opportunities for ourselves. Also, if anybody out there has some really good contacts with Northrop Grumman, I can't speak, sorry. And can, for one, teach me how to say it right. I'm just teasing. But that's a new, we have a new relocation management company that we're working with that has that contract. So they've got a big, you know, location here. So
What name is it?
Northrop Grumman. Are you
Northrop.
making fun of me?
No, I don't know. I'm Northrop
Oh,
Grumman.
okay. I'll send that out to you. But anyways, just any, and also all different business types as well. So I can help you cater a program for your client, and you would be in control of it, and you would be the go-to on it. And like I said, we'll help you get some residual income as well.
Love it. Mr. Bass.
Hey, good morning. Happy New Year, everybody. 3 quick things. You know, going into this year, have fun, make money. 2 simple things. But look at your pillars of your business, because as we adjust to the market and as we adjust to the times that are coming ahead, these different pillars will be used in your business model. Second thing is, congratulations to all the masters. I saw a lot of people make the list for the first time, and I saw a lot of people elevate where their position is on the list. So congratulations to everyone there. And then lastly, when I've been speaking with some people already about their business plan going into 2021. And the cool thing that I noticed in 2020 was there was a lot of people that achieved some dreams, dreams of home ownership. And I'm talking about our agents, dreams of just elevating where they are in their bank account. And they did it, a lot of it was grit and hustle and just showing up on a daily basis and going after it. And my hat's off to you. There's no reason that all of us can't do that. And then lastly, Puma, the Washington Redskins, I bet you 100 push-ups that we win. 100 push-ups on camera. So with that said, though, Happy New Year to everybody. Make this a great 2021. And then South Tampa, Indian Rocks Beach, Madeira Beach, call me when you're ready to go over your business plan. I'm ready to go over it with you and attack this year. Have a great year, guys.
All right. Thomas the Promise.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. And I think Chris hit it spot on. The past is the past. Let's go ahead and move forward. You have a blank canvas and you can go out there and make it happen. And I just want to leave one thing with you. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Have a great day, guys. Make it happen.
Sweet. I know you, Thomas, you just want the wine.
Sorry?
You just want the wine. You want to squeeze the grapes.
Hey, that's where the transformation happens, baby.
All right, Mr. Beggins, bring us home.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Really simple. I mean, what I'm doing for Q1 with everybody is not letting anybody complicate things. And so tacking on what you said earlier, one good, solid, qualified appointment a week equals $11,000 cash flow, free after tax money in your pocket. So whatever level you're at, every one of us could use an extra 11 grand. So how many 11 grands do you want every month? And that's how many appointments you need this week on a true qualified appointment. It's that simple, guys. So stop being okay with anything that's crappy. Elevate it next level, everything. One good appointment a week, guys. It's going to be amazing. Last thought. Most people haven't been in this business long enough, Craig, and I think we talked about this, to understand how perfect this market is right now. So I really want you guys to take a deep breath and grab on so tight for this quarter, because this has the true realistic ability to be the best quarter in the history of the real estate industry that we will maybe never see again. So I want to make sure that we all crush it harder than ever before over these next 13 weeks. So just let's push it, guys. Push it. Just get ready and push. That's what I want to make sure everybody just jumps on board.
That's it. And I think, from my position, I want everybody to really think about what you would do. I think the biggest thing that holds us back from achieving more is, number one, we don't feel we deserve it, which is bullshit. You deserve everything you can possibly get. And number two, you don't know what to do with it. When you look at some of our top producers making $80,000 in a month or $100,000 in a month, that's unfathomable to most of us. And the fact of the matter is most people can't spend $80,000 a month on goods and services. There's just too much. You have to expand your thinking, have other uses for money. And it's to talk about investing and growth and security and all those type of things, which you deserve. So if you can live on $5,000 a month, stop it, right? Do the extra effort, talk to more people, watch our lanes, stay in intersections. That's where we need to be. And if you don't have that, you're not going to be inspired to go do the extra things you need to do. So take a little chance to dream, look at the primary and forecast out 5 years from now where you really want your life to be, and then start working toward that, right? And would you like to have 5 figures in your checking account? No, that's stupid. You shouldn't have 5 figures in your checking account. You should have 5 figures in your savings account, not your savings, your investment account. Little things like that we're not thinking about. You got to start thinking that way. All right, I'm going to close it up with sharing my screen again, and I want to talk about leads and the importance of them, and a little disappointment for me. We have 400 agents, 200 are productive, 290 are ineligible. So 50% of our agents are even eligible, of our productive agents are even eligible to receive leads, right? Leads suck. I get it. I really do, but they don't. They just need to be worked, and they need to be worked by a system. So leads from the week before Christmas was down to 129. We're up to 169 this week. Century 21 is performing like I've never seen them do. They've taken the first position again. Relocation crammed it this week. First week of the year, 34 leads. That's like between Christmas and New Year's. That's a lot. If that doesn't show you there's buyer demand, I don't know what does. Op City cranked out 30 opportunities this week. Walk-ins had 6 to the office, 20 sign calls. Zillow team got 15. We're probably going to be expanding the Zillow team. After hours, 6 calls came in. Well, I didn't mean to do that. So I want to ask you this. Number one, if you're not eligible to receive leads, you're only going to get leads on your listings. And if you get leads on your listings, depending on the source, you need to answer them fast. And then they're not going to answer. And then what happens? You say it's a shitty lead and you don't call it back again. So if you're not going to answer it, so we're running a test right now with a company called Ojo, and we're doing it on century21.com leads. And Ojo got, of the 48 Century 21 leads, Ojo got 16 of them. So our agents answered 32 of them and probably didn't follow them up. Ojo answered 16 of them and sent 7 of them back to us as appointments. But they had to follow them up like Op City does. So I'm really thinking that we should probably just give all the leads to Ojo, let them work them, and then just send you appointments back, because the lead sources we're working now, the Prime Streets, the Cardis, the Navy Federal Credit Unions, when they're sending us those leads, we're closing them at a 50+% ratio. Internet leads are being closed at a 4%+ ratio. But our Op Cities and our Cardis are at 40+%. It's just not making a lot of sense. So we've got a lot of leads coming through there that you guys are answering, but you're not following up. So might be something to talk about as the systems go on as we go. I want to say happy birthday this week to Patricia Page from Madeira Beach, who was on the 1st, Sarah Myers from Apollo Beach on the 2nd, Angela McLeese on the 3rd, Jennifer Wen on the 3rd as well. 3 birthdays on the 4th, Nancy Spart, Kayla Hoynes, and Ed Panis. On the 5th, we had Karen Vansel. That's today. Happy birthday, Karen. Michael Castle from Brandon on the 6th, Carolina Page on the 8th coming up. Lisa Maurer also on the 8th, twins there. Zachary Gibson from Sarasota on the 9th, John Evans on January 10th, along with Charney Reyes on the 11th. So it's a pretty busy birth week, so send those announcements out. And then our anniversaries. This is our January hires. It's pretty crazy. I'm going to start at the bottom. 1-year anniversary to Alex Pavlova, Brian Skonberg, Ellen Grenier. 1-year anniversary. Wow. Emil Belmonts. This is very small on my screen. Jessica Salgado, all 1-year anniversaries. 2nd-year anniversaries for Dawn Zimmerman, LaShandra Magnum, Kristen Wilson, Elaine Naum, Andy Madsen, 1 year. Rose Raya Cottis, 1 year. Melissa Gill. Melissa, you've been here longer than a year. Maybe you switched offices or something. I don't know. Bina, 1 year. Oh, this is 2 years. I'm sorry. 19. Look at me. 2021. 2-year anniversary. 3-year anniversary for Charney Reyes. 4-year anniversary for Jules Murphy, Rose Barantes, Maritza Ortiz, and Lorena Maceda, not Arias anymore. Lauren Melnick, 4 years. Marcos Enrique, 4 years. 5 years for Deborah Beard, Robin Bennett, and Whippa Watson. 6 years for Chris Adams. Wow, Chris. 7 years for Devonna Keenel. 8 years for Kathy Franklin, Tony Rita, Laura Wolf, Hannah Stevens. 9 years, 8 years, 8 years for Gwen Owens. That'd be 9. 9 years for Jennifer Wen, Frank Saea. That'd be 9 years. 2009 to 2021. It's 11. 12 years for Michelle Theodoris. 8 and 13 years for Sandy. 13 years Sandy Tams. 14 years for Susie Brush. I was thinking about that last night when I printed this. 14 years. Gosh. Nancy Conley, 14 years for you too. I'm so proud of Nancy. Nancy's really done some cool stuff, and she's preparing herself for retirement now. And during her career with us, she's literally paid off all kinds of stuff. Her house is free and clear. She's renovated it with cash. She's just totally set herself up with a plan, and it's worked. And I'm very proud of her. And that's 14 years of working together. It's pretty cool stuff. Guys, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for all of your efforts and activities. We are here for you nonstop, 100%. I shared our goals and objectives. I hope you share them as well. And really help us. If you're working with those team members, explore a little bit, see what they're doing, see if they're happy, let them talk to one of us and see if we can put some money in your pocket and put some joy in their careers. So that's all I've got to say for today. Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in. We had 110 people online, which is pretty much a record. And management team, I love working with you. We're doing a fantastic job. As we clean up the rosters and make things better, we're gonna really make this company the highest per person production out there, which is going to make everything just roll super smooth with a lot of have fun, make money attitudes. All right. Happy New Year. Thank you this January 5th, and I'll talk to you soon.